Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Lori. So I've been working with Esterbrook since the beginning of this year, primarily doing live sales for them on an app called Whatnot. Some of you may have experienced some of those exciting prototype sales, or perhaps maybe one of the more relaxed ones. But it's been a while since we've done a Whatnot show, but we are probably going to do a couple at the end of summer, maybe even within the next month. So today's video is sponsored by Esterbrook, and I'm so excited to share with you a new product that they have launched exclusively on their website. If you're anything like me, you love slowing down with one of your favorite fountain pens and opening up to a fresh page in one of your favorite notebooks. There's something so therapeutic about writing by hand, something that helps me breathe a little deeper, reflect a little longer, and just slow down. Over this past year, I've really been making an effort to look at my phone less and spend more time journaling. Instead of getting caught up in the spirals of Instagram posts, I sit down and write. I write to-do lists, I talk about my goals for the day, I reflect on something that may have happened the day before. I love to try out new fountain pen and ink combinations in a multitude of journals. It is really my happy place. It's become such a healthier and more intentional way to begin and end each day. And sometimes a pen comes along and deepens that experience. These pens, these are special. This is the old-fashioned Model J from Esterbrook, and we're going to talk today about what makes this more than just a writing tool. It is the latest limited addition to the Esterbrook collection in the Model J version. They've also created an Esterbrook JR to accompany this beautiful pen. Esterbrook released this limited edition inspired by the old-fashioned cocktail. And just like its namesake, this pen is rich, nuanced, and a little bold. It comes in two sizes, the classic Model J and the more compact JR. Both are made from bourbon-colored SEM ebonite, and they're limited to just 500 pieces each. One of my favorite things about this pen is the fact that it's made out of ebonite. I have two other Esterbrook Model Js made from ebonite, and they are just gorgeous. One you may have seen I just picked up at the Chicago Pen Show. This was a prototype pen. I thought that it kind of matched lumpy a little bit. I think this is a caramel color. It's absolutely beautiful. And then this I think is called Violet. And then if I look at the three of these together, it's a really beautiful combination. Here they are. So beautiful. I also love the finial has like that enamel Esterbrook logo on it. Ebonite is such a nostalgic material that it pairs beautifully with this old-fashioned theme pen. It's not acrylic, it's not resin. This is a hardened rubber cured slowly over time. It's hard to describe the feeling you get when you write with an ebonite pen, but it's definitely special, and it's the perfect material for the old-fashioned Model J and JR, in my humble opinion. This pen is CNC turned, hand assembled, and then polished to a super high gloss. And the grain, can we talk about the beautiful wood grain look on this pen? That deep marbling, it's mesmerizing. It gives this pen an artisanal feel that you just don't find every day. So let's talk about how it writes. The Model J comes equipped with a Jowo No. 6 nib, the nib that you've all come to love on the Esterbrook Esty. It is gold plated. This one is a medium nib, which happens to be my favorite, and it writes incredibly smooth. What I love about this pen truly is the balance. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. I personally like to have a pen that has a little bit of weight to it, and this fits the bill. You can also post it if you're somebody who likes to post. It doesn't post super deep, but it stays on there very sturdy, and because it's not too heavy, it doesn't get back weighted when you write with it. I personally prefer to write with this unposted. I think I have an average size hand for women, and it fits beautifully. And again, so classy. And when a pen writes smoothly and is comfortable to hold, you write longer. So it's really important to find a pen that suits you, and I think you're going to love this pen. I've been journaling with this pen every day this week, and each time I write with it, it feels like a little reset for me. And next week, I am traveling to Paris, and I cannot wait to pull this beautiful pen out at a little cafe in Paris and write my heart out. I plan on taking some of my most classic, vintage-inspired, nostalgic-looking pens to Paris because it just feels appropriate. We are starting in Amsterdam, so I plan to go to PW Ackerman and maybe pick up a pen. Another pen that I'm bringing to Paris with me is my Tortoise ST, which also feels very classic to me. I think I'm going to bring my Waterman Carène because that is a French brand. It only seems right to bring that with me, but this is the vibe I'm going for on my trip to Paris, and I'm so excited about this Model J. Now let's switch gears and talk about the JR. If you prefer something a little bit more compact, then this is the pen for you. This is actually my very first JR. For a while, while, I did not realize there was a difference between the Model J and the JR, but they are different in size. The JR is equipped with a number 5 Yovo nib. This one is an extra fine, and for an extra fine, which is typically not my nib of choice, it writes so smooth. And I would say that this smaller profile pen is even more reminiscent of vintage pens that we would see years ago. Oh, I forgot to mention the ink I have. In this pen, I thought it would be great to have Cognac from Graphon Faber-Castell. It's a beautiful ink. It has great shading qualities, and I love the way it looks coming out of this medium nib. And because this is an extra fine in the JR, I decided to use a bolder, more saturated ink. And I went with Wonder Pen's Ferris Wheel Press exclusive ink called Writing Desk. I love, love, love this ink. It's like a rich, rich brown with some green sheening qualities to it. Absolutely beautiful. It writes like a dream out of this extra fine nib. The JR is just as beautiful as the Model J. It features the same ebonite, same enamel dome, same craftsmanship, but with the Yovo number 5 nib in a more compact body. This pen is very close to what I would call a pocket pen. It's a little longer in length, but it slips easily into your purse or your pocket if you want to use it on the go. It's a great everyday carry. So we're going to look at 4 familiar pens. I have the TWSBI Eco, the Esterbrook SD, the Model J, and the JR, and we're also going to look at a Kaweco Sport. Uncapped, the TWSBI is definitely the longest of the group, and because the Model J has a flat bottom and the SD has a cigar-shaped bottom, the SD comes out a little bit taller, but the JR and the Model J are really close in size when you exclude the nib. That number 5 nib is substantially smaller than the number 6, so you can see where the Model J inches out ahead of that. And the Kaweco, when posted, is a little bit longer than the JR, but obviously when unposted, it's very different. Like, I think you could easily write with the JR unposted, although in this case, I do prefer to post. Kind of wish it did post a little deeper, but this one is really lightweight, so no back weighting issues with this. What I love about the JR over the Kaweco, and you all know I love my Kaweco Sports, is it's just a more substantial pen. I don't really enjoy writing with my Kaweco Sports when they're not posted. This is still really nice when it's unposted. And I think if you have smaller hands, this is dynamite. Next to a standard resin pen, the ebonite just brings so much more depth and texture to your writing experience. So who is this pen for? If you're somebody who loves a vintage aesthetic and quality materials like ebonite and a smooth writing experience and a perfectly balanced pen, then you will love the Model J and the JR. I also think this pen is perfect for people who love the vintage aesthetic but like the performance of a modern pen. I don't have the Antique Rose Model J, but some people have asked about how that compares to this. If you watch the Juicy Brides live pen show, my friend Vanessa has the Antique Rose and I had the Old Fashioned, and side by side you could clearly see the difference in color. One of my other favorite features of the Model J specifically is the hammered gold plated detail just below the grip section. I love the way the light reflects on it when you turn the pen, and again, I think it leans into that vintage vibe. This pen, this Model J, it makes me slow down. It reminds me of why I enjoy writing by hand so much. There's something really comforting about the warm grip of the ebonite and the way that the ink flows across the paper. Not every pen does that, but this one does. I encourage you to find pens that make you want to write. Jot down your thoughts for the day, or perhaps sketch something that you're inspired to draw, doodle with a new bottle of ink that you just got. This is an incredible hobby, and we want to buy tools that make us want to engage in the hobby. There's nothing more discouraging than being really excited about a pen and getting it in the mail and not having it perform the way you want it to perform or feel the way you want to feel. Esterbrook pens never disappoint, and if there's ever an issue, they have some of the best customer service in the industry. These are a cartridge converter fill, and it is a steel nib. The more time I spend with fountain pens, the more I appreciate cartridge converters. I just have a short attention span and I swap out my inks all the time, so sometimes if I have a vac fill or a piston fill, it just slows me down. I love the cartridge converter. The old-fashioned Model J and JR are going to be sold exclusively at Esterbrook.com. Like I mentioned earlier, there's 500 of each. I will leave a link in the description to Esterbrook. If you use my code, you'll save 10% on your purchase. If you're looking for a pen that's going to elevate your writing experience, feel a little nostalgic, a little luxurious, and a lot inspiring, then this pen might be the one for you. Let me know in the comments which one you are more drawn to, the little one that packs a punch, the JR, or are you into the Model J? Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you would like to see more from me. And thank you again to Esterbrook for sponsoring today's video. I will be sure to check in with you when I am in Paris. I have an appointment at the store Louise Carmen to purchase a notebook that I'm so excited about. And you will definitely find me at a cafe writing with my new old-fashioned Esterbrook Model J. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.